Welcome, everyone, to today's practice. You might see in the description that I have titled today's class, "This is who you are, and this is where you live." This is a phrase that a yogi shared with me. It's from an Elizabeth Gilbert little video she taped earlier in the week, and it was a phrase her partner Rhea used. This was in reference to feeling as though we were in prison, or in the case of who Rhea was speaking to, actually being in prison. And I don't know about you guys, but today I think I have been running a full kaleidoscope of emotion. And I know my conversations this week, there's been a lot of discussion around grief, a lot of sorrow, of course, still a lot of fear of not knowing what's going to happen, of where things are going. But in the same way, I think that this is also an opportunity when we are able, it might not be now, to find meaning. It's not that we find meaning around the grief or the sorrow. It's that we find meaning in the now what. So, in light of all of this, in today's practice, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention to who you are being in your heart toward yourself, the care that you are showing there, the compassion, and to notice in what kind of space you are living in your mind. How agitated you might be, how judgmental you might be towards yourself. I was listening to a Brene Brown podcast this week, and she had a grief counselor on. His name was David Kessler, I highly recommend it. It was episode 3. And he had the phrase, judgment demands punishment, whether this is in regard to ourselves or others. So I really want you to be aware of any of that negative self-talk as you move today. And as always, practice what you need to be compassionate. This might mean you come entirely out of whatever we're practicing and just lay on your back for 5-10 minutes for the rest of class. Whatever you need to help take care of who you are in here and where you're living up here. So that being said, we are going to start with a heart opening pose. So you might like to use a rolled up mat or a blanket. I suggest it to be at least maybe 2.5, 3 feet long. You're going to set it down on your mat, in the center of your mat, and then we're going to use it for a bit of a back bend in what's called supported fish pose. I would like to suggest having legs straight out. If this is uncomfortable for you in your back body, having legs straight out, you might even choose to use a rolled up blanket or pillow bolster underneath your knees. So we want to make sure that our head is supported in this pose. So when you're ready, you can start to ease your way back. And you might have the support way up close to your sacrum. You might let it be a little further up, even just below your shoulder blades. This, I feel, gives me a little bit more focus across the heart space, which is where I'd like us to try to focus our attention today. So you could have legs extended, as I mentioned. You could have the bolster or a blanket underneath your knees. If either of those are just not very comfortable for you today, you are welcome to take your feet down and knock your knees together. You're also welcome to come into reclined butterfly, feet together, knees wide. So you just decide what is the compassionate, the tender, loving care that you need here. Let your shoulders tuck under, and this does create a bit of a neck arch here. So I just want you to be mindful around how much you're arching. And then place your arms where it's sustainable and opening across the chest. You can allow your eyes to drift closed if that feels comfortable for you today. Or you can softly gaze at one point as you just take a moment to settle in and welcome yourself to the practice. And then whenever you feel ready, let's start by bringing our awareness to our breath today. Feel the inhale drawing in through your nostrils, slipping down the back of your throat into your lungs, and softly moving up to touch and open the heart space. And on the exhale, you can feel the breath leaving the chest, the lungs, traveling back up through the throat and out your nasal passages. And just begin to allow your awareness to be overtaken with the breath, what's called the prana, the life force, coming into your body and leaving your body. With each exhale, can you begin to relax a little bit more on your support? Become a little heavier. And you might just take a moment to notice how you're feeling in your body. Those areas that feel maybe a little tight here or a little spacious. Do a scan. And then when you're ready, take your attention to your heart space. And let's really tune into that space by first noticing the beat of your heart. Moving your awareness from your physical heart to your emotional heart. How are you feeling at this moment? Remember, we're not judging. Rather, we're using this as a way to observe, to notice, so that we can use this awareness to help us move a little bit more toward balance, or simply to provide care and compassion around it. Feel what you're feeling. Know it's okay. And then let's also take a moment here to notice our spiritual heart. This is our connectivity to ourselves and in our relationship with others and the world at large, whether it's our community, our state, our country, the planet, the land, whatever it might be. How connected are you feeling today? And then when you're ready, take your awareness to the space of your mind, the place where you live. What is your living situation at this moment? How busy or how calm are you finding your mind? Can you, with each exhale, maybe begin to release a little more of the tension there? As you maybe even feel the heart space open a little wider. And then if it would please you, start to become curious around why you came to the mat today. And you'll use this as your intention or your sankalpa, if you would like, by stating it as if it's already occurred. It could be, I am connected to myself and others, or I am at peace in my mind. Whatever it is, state it as if it's already occurring with the I am statement. And repeating it to yourself a few times to really weave the intention in. And then whenever you feel ready, yogis, if you're in reclined butterfly, you'll take hands to outer edges of legs to press the knees together. If your legs are fully extended, please bring your feet to the floor, everyone. And then you're going to roll to your right side. You can use your support if you'd like, or you can simply roll off of it, maybe even using arm as a pillow to rest your ear. And just pause for a moment in the fetal position to maybe notice how you're feeling now with that bit of a heart opener, bit of a back bend. And whenever you feel you're ready, yogis, strong arms will help you make your way up to tabletop. You're welcome to place a blanket underneath the knees, or if you'd rather, just come right down onto your knees. We're going to have our wrists below our shoulders. Wrist crease is always parallel to top edge of the mat. Index finger, thumb rooting into the floor, creating some arm strength. Turning the inner elbows forward and letting your shoulders draw away from your ears. So what we're going to do today is some rolling around the heart center. I've practiced this with you guys as rolling around the hips like this, but instead today we're going to keep it around the heart center so we can invite some mobility here. So we'll start off going nice and slow. So on your next inhale, can you feel your sternum get a little lower to the floor? And then you're going to reach the ribs up, the upper ribs to the right. Feel your shoulder blades separate as your heart comes toward the sky. And then complete the circle by feeling your ribs move to the left and sternum back down to the floor. We're still getting some of that hip action, but we're just letting our awareness be around the heart. Circling to the right, inhale, sky. Exhale to the left, floor. Let's do 2 more here. Inhaling right, sky. Exhaling left, floor. Trying to smooth it out the best you can. 1 more time this way. And on your next inhale, you'll go the other direction, starting slow. Feel the ribs reach to the left. Feel the back of the heart separate the shoulder blades as it reaches to the sky. Ribs to the right. And ribs moving down to the floor. 3 more, yogis, as long as it feels okay. Just notice what's happening around the heart space. If you can bring your chin into your throat a little bit more to release the back of your neck, do that. Let your teeth part and relax the muscles around your eyes. Remember, this is a caring action as well, to not hold this energy, but to free it. And when you finish, you're going to make your way back to neutral. Preparing for cat-cow from here. On your inhale, feel your belly lower. Feel the back ribs roll toward the spine, heart forward, chin up. And on your exhale, push the floor away. Navel in, back of heart lifting to sky, chin moving in toward chest. We're just going to do a few more rounds here. Inhale, belly drops. The back ribs below the shoulders move into the spine and forward, heart forward, chin lifts. The exhale, pushing the floor away. Navel in, back of heart separating the shoulder blades, chin to chest. Feel free to pause anywhere that feels like it is a loving, tender action. Breathing fully, kindly. And just really being caring around whatever you find in your body, in your heart, in your mind today. And when you finish your last cat back, please return to neutral. We're going into our toe stand from here, yogis, so please tuck your toes. And as always, it's your choice. You could come to stand on the knees. If you're feeling a little more open and it feels all right for your knees, you're welcome to sit down on the heels, wherever you can sustain, okay? So glutes are strong, we're upright in the spine, navel in. And then a little wrist stretch, hands extend forward, turning thumbs down, right arm over left, interlace your fingers, and bring your hands into your heart. Let the shoulders smooth down, feel the collarbones widen, gently pressing the palms and gripping the fingertips here. We're going to keep our chin parallel to the floor. And on your next exhale, start to look to the right. Get a nice little stretch on the left side of the neck. Long exhales. On your next inhale, coming back into center. Chin parallel as you exhale to the left. Find your stretch on this side. Next inhale, coming back to center. Re-extending the arms, releasing the clasp, and we'll go the other direction. Right arm under left. Interlace and bring hands into heart when you're ready. Again, shoulders down, collarbones wide. Feel the palms gently come together, the fingers softly clasp. And then chin parallel to the floor. On your next exhale, start to take right ear toward right shoulder. Try not to lean back in the neck, but keep the chin to the chest. Inhaling, head to neutral. Again, chin toward the chest a bit as you take left ear to left shoulder. On an inhale, back to center, yogis. Release your hands, unwind. Feel free to roll it out a couple times. And whenever you're ready, you're going to make your way back down to tabletop. You're welcome to untuck the toes, to softly drum the top of the foot on the mat, encouraging blood flow back into the foot. I would like you to have your props available, whether you're using blocks or whatever it might be, a little bit further back on the mat today. It might even be about midway. And then we're going to prepare for our down dog. So, wrist crease again, parallel to top edge of mat. Spread your fingers evenly. Root the index finger, the thumb down, and when you're ready, you can step your feet back and lift your hips to the sky. If it helps you find length from the spine, you can bring your feet in a little closer and bend your knees. Let's have feet at least hip width, please. So you're welcome to do a slow pedal here. Remember, slower allows us to be more attentive in our care. Or you could do a little hip sway side to side. You might even decide you'd like to lift up onto the balls of the feet a few times. Just do what feels right to you here to help your body begin to warm and open. We're keeping weight in the index finger and thumb. Let's find some strength through the arms, turning the inner elbows forward and feeling the outer edges of your shoulder blades lift. Can you let your head dangle a little more free? Maybe a little shake of yes or no here. If you'd like, you can even yawn your mouth open, stick your tongue out, release tension around the jaw. And when you are ready, yogis, you're going to make your way into stillness. Preparing for a little squat back. On your next exhale, bend your knees, reach your hips to your heels as you press your hands into the floor and forward. You can wiggle your tail a bit if it helps encourage some length. Try to stay soft in the neck. And on an inhale, you'll press your legs as straight as feels good. We're moving into a plank pose here. So on your next inhale, begin to shift forward and step your feet back if need be so that your shoulders can be right over your wrists. Feet stay hip width. Feel the navel to the spine, your glutes strong as you keep your shoulders down your back. And then maybe, yogis, you can bring your knees right down to the floor, or for just a breath or two, you can start to bend the knees and hover over the mat. Try to keep soft in your mouth and your eyes. And on your next exhale, everyone, knees to the floor. We're going to go to a side plank on the right side. So if you'd like, you can have a little kickstand in the right shin, taking right foot to the right side of the mat. You're going to set the left foot down to the floor, and you're going to lift your left arm up to the sky. Let's be mindful on the engagement on the right arm. So keeping index finger, thumb to the floor, the inner elbow turning forward. This will help you feel your shoulder blade on your rib cage. And then even let the top hip come a little bit more forward. Glute strong, navel in. Really root through the left foot. We're going to do a little opening here, maybe even move into a baby wild thing eventually. So on your next exhale, please take the left arm down and reach the left hand through to the right side, almost like you're threading the needle. And then on an inhale, you're going to take left arm up, roll the heart open as much as feels good. Keep your chin into your throat, please. Exhale, left arm coming down like it's going to reach through right arm and leg. Inhale, sweep back open as much as feels right across your heart space, chin to throat. Let's do two more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, use your breath. And inhale. We're going to hold this bit of baby wild thing. Root the right index finger and use that to roll open. Even press the hips a little forward. Where's your breath? Can you soften your throat? And then on your next inhale, please stack the shoulders back up. Bring the hips back in a little bit. If you'd like, on your next exhale, navel in, glute strong, lift the left leg, flex the left foot. Little balance here. We're preparing to come up into our gate pose. So, on your next exhale, you might use the left foot up as a bit of leverage as you start to come up onto the right fingertips. As you slowly play with it, make your way up. You can adjust the right leg so that you have a little more stability. Hands down if you'd like. And then I would like you to possibly have that support on the outside of your right shin or ankle, as tall as you're able. With glutes strong, navel in, please take left hand to left thigh. Inhale, right arm up, extend, and on your exhale, go up and over to your left. You're rooting down through your right shin, knee, and reaching through your right hand. Deep breath, yogis, in the low right side body, back body. On your next inhale, please make your way up. And then we're going to come into a bit of a back bend. Options are to take right hand to the low back, left arm up, and you can back bend this way. Or you could do arm across the low back to back bend that way. Or you can plan on taking right hand to your prop behind you. So, root through your shin, your left foot, glute strong, navel in. On your next inhale, start to feel the ribs just below your shoulder blades. Roll forward to the spine and lift up to the sky. We're originating the back bend there. Coming back into your variation. Try to keep the chin coming down to the throat so you're not overarching. And remember, the back ribs just below the shoulder blades. In toward the spinal column, lifting. Really opening across the front of the heart. You soften your throat, your mouth, your eyes as you deepen your breath. With strong glutes, navel to spine, your next inhale is going to bring you back up. And then we're preparing to go back down into side plank. Arms open to a T, look to the right, and begin to lower. You can bring left foot up if you'd like, play a little bit of teeter-totter here. And then we're going to make our way into a lunge from here. So you can help the left leg, or you can do a really big step, taking left foot forward. Use blocks if you'd like. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Remember, all of these transitions are just suggestions. You can move into these poses however suits your body. In fact, that's what I'm encouraging today with our idea of tender, loving care. Please reach through the back heel when you get into your lunge. Feel the glutes strong, the navel in, your shoulders down, and then keep your sternum and the back of the neck long, chin to throat. Notice if some long exhales would be beneficial. And on your next exhale, yogis, right heel to the mat. We're making our way up to warrior two. Come up when you're ready. Adjust the stance if that's where your benefit is. Feeling the pinky toe edge of your right foot into the floor. Right kneecap lifting up. This is helping you to become a little more stable in your pose. Left knee reaching to left pinky toe. Glutes strong, please. Navel in. Feel the shoulders down and shoulder blades hugging together on the back. What feels good across the neck here? Looking to the left middle finger, to the right, or somewhere in between. We want spaciousness and kindness. On your next exhale, right hand to thigh, keep the bend in the left knee as you inhale, left arm up and back, reverse warrior. And on your next exhale, make your way back up. Left forearm to thigh, right arm straight up to the sky. Glutes strong, navel in, push arm into leg, and use that to lean back a little bit in the right side body. And then if you'd like, reach right arm over right ear. Remember, we're trying to keep the shoulders nice and stacked here. Root through the pinky toe edge and reach through the fingertips. Where's your breath? On your next exhale, make your way back down, pivoting on the back toes when you're ready. Right hand to block our floor. Stepping back into down dog. Adjust the stance. Bend your knees as much as feels good. You again are welcome to pedal or sway. Strong in the upper body. Index finger, thumb rooting down. Inner elbows turning forward. Outer edges of shoulder blades lifting. Relax your neck, you guys. A little shake, yes. Maybe no. Feel tension slipping away the best you can. If it would again be a benefit to yawn your mouth open, do it. Maybe taking a moment for stillness, recalling your intention. How are you aligning? And we'll prepare for second side. Making your way into plank pose. Knees can go down if you'd like, or pausing in your plank. Shoulders over wrists. Index finger, thumb stay down. Inner elbow turns forward, shoulders away from ears. Feel your navel in, your glutes strong, and then with that strength, begin to bend your knees and hover over the floor as much as feels right to you. Knees could come down if you'd rather. And on your next exhale, everyone, knees down. Preparing for side plank, second side. So you're going to keep the left knee down. You might kickstand, left shin, taking the left foot across to the left side of the mat. Keeping left wrist below shoulder. Begin to roll to your left side, right foot stepping back, rooting down. Index finger, thumb into the floor. Turn inner elbow forward. Feel your shoulder blade on your rib cage. Right arm to the sky. And again, we're feeling this top hip come a little forward. Glute strong, navel to spine. Really root through everything that's touching the floor. On your next exhale, sweeping right arm down, taking right hand between left arm and leg. Exhale. And on the inhale, right arm up, rolling the heart open. Chin to throat. Exhale, right arm coming down, reach through arm and leg. Inhale, back open to sky. So we're opening both the front and the back of the heart. Chin to throat. Let's do 2 more rounds as long as you find them to be a kind action for you. No judgment, you guys. Stay compassionate the best that you can. And pause at the top there. Maybe you feel the hips press a bit forward as you root index finger, thumb. Roll heart a little more to the right. Try to be soft in the throat, the mouth, and your eyes. Deep with your breathing. On your next inhale, stack the shoulders up. You're welcome to stay right here or preparing for a little balance. Maybe right leg comes up, flex the foot. If you'd like, practicing a little teeter-totter as we come up to our gate pose. So you might start to come up onto the fingertips. You might glute strong, navel in, continue to balance your way up. Just play with it. However works for you to get there. You can take left leg as far back as feels right here for your gate pose. We're trying to keep heel in alignment with left knee. Glute strong, navel in, right hand to right thigh. On your inhale, take left arm up, extend. And on the exhale, go up and over to the right. A nice little side bend here. You're rooting the left knee and reaching through the left fingertips. Feel your breath really deep in the body, helping to expand the ribs open. On an inhale, you guys, make your way back up. And we're going to prepare for this bit of back bend. It's called funky camel. So if you'd like, you can have your prop nearby. Again, you're welcome to take left hand to low back, left forearm across the low back, or left hand to your support. Keep the glutes strong, the navel in. On your next inhale, lift the right arm. And then again, you're going to feel the ribs just below your shoulder blades. Move in towards your spinal column and lift. Heart to sky. Try not to overarch through your neck. Continue to keep the ribs just below the shoulder blades toward the spine and extending backward. Soft throat. Relax your mouth. Maybe your eyes drift closed. On an inhale, keep strong in the lower half. Make your way back up. Arms to a T. Again, playing a little bit with coming back down. You could go through a balance to do this, or you could keep right foot rooted. Look to the left, the floor. Glute strong, navel in. Maybe you start to flex the right foot and lift as you play with coming down. And then whenever you're ready, right foot forward. You can do a big step. Sorry, Ursa. You can assist and make your way into a lunge when you're ready. Lengthen, widen as feels right on this side. Reaching through the left heel. Feel your glutes strong, your navel to your spine. Again, shoulders down the back. Notice if you're feeling really bunched up in the back of the neck. Can you keep your sternum in your back of the neck, lengthening forward, chin to throat. Deep breathing, you guys. Preparing for warrior two. On your next exhale, left heel down. Please make your way up when you're ready. Fire up the legs to help you rise. Adjust your stance when you get up, if that's appropriate for you. Left pinky toe into the floor, kneecap drawing up. Feel your right knee reach to your right pinky toe. Glutes strong, please, navel in. And then notice, can you relax the shoulders from the ears? Can you feel a little wider across the heart space, shoulder blades hug? What feels appropriate for your neck? Be mindful. On your next exhale, left hand to thigh. Rotate the right palm up. Keep the bend in the right knee as you come into your reverse warrior, like you're reaching right out of the right side waist. And then on the exhale, glute strong, navel in. Right forearm to thigh, left arm straight up to the sky. Keep the engagement, and maybe root the right arm and lean back a bit in the left side body. We're trying to keep our shoulders stacked as we come back to neutral, and then reach along the left side of the ear, like you're a diagonal line from fingertips to outer edge of left foot. Making our way back down. Left hand toward floor, pivot on toes when you're ready. Use props if that's where your benefit is. And please, when you're ready, knees to floor. You're going to make your way down to the mat, however serves you. Trying to keep shoulders down the back and weight in index, knuckles, and thumb if you're lowering in chaturanga. Untuck the toes when you get down and widen the feet as much as feels good. So we're going to go into our cobra pose here. Wrists are staying below shoulders. Root the tops of your feet, your pelvis, and your index, knuckle, thumb down. Again, we're originating this work from the back body first, and then we're going to find some balance with our arm strength today. So, just below the shoulder blades, feel those ribs start to move in toward the spinal column, and then reach forward, rooting the feet, the pelvis. And then let's engage the arms. Root the index, knuckle, the thumb. Feel the elbows softly hug in towards your waistline. Draw the hands and the shoulders back as your heart extends forward. So as much as you're working in your torso, I want you to balance that with the work in your arms. Let your chin come down. Observe your breathing. Stay engaged through the legs. And on your next exhale, please release. You're welcome to stack your hands, to rest your forehead or a cheek. Maybe in a couple open mouth exhales here. Release any inward pressure that's building. We're going to practice one more of these. So whenever you're ready, come back to center. Again, choose how wide to have your feet, wrists below shoulders. Gently pushing the tops of feet, the pelvis, the index finger and thumb into the floor. Begin to feel the back ribs move in toward the spinal column and forward. Let this back bend originate from the strength in your torso. And then let's balance it with the strength in your arms. Again, index, knuckle, thumb into the floor. Feel the elbows softly hug into the waistline. Don't overdo it. Hands, shoulders, draw back as your heart reaches forward. Chin to throat. How deeply are you breathing? Are you working as equally strong in your legs? Can you release any holding in your throat, your mouth, or your eyes? And on your next exhale, please release. Again, you can stack the hands, forehead or opposite cheek down. Feel free to rock your hips, windshield wiper your legs. Be still if you'd rather. Maybe release any building pressure. Just noticing how you're feeling in your body. How are you feeling in your heart, your mind? Again, just using this to know from where you are beginning each moment. And whenever you're ready, yogis, we'll prepare for a child's pose. Bringing legs in, wrists below shoulders, keeping shoulders from the ears, navel to spine. You can press up to all fours and back into your child's pose, mindfully choosing how wide you have your knees. Snuggling hips to heels. You're welcome to use support below your forehead or let your forehead become heavy to the floor. What do you notice here? How do you feel your breath? And on your next inhale, yogis, please make your way up to a seat. As always, you are welcome to sit on a folded blanket or maybe a bolster or a pillow if that will help you feel like you're coming up and out of your waistline. We're going to do Baddha Konasana, seated butterfly, for our hip stretch today. Excuse me, baby bear. So, if you're sitting on a blanket, just let it be to the front edge of your sits bones, not into the thighs so much. And then you'll bring your feet together. Your heels are going to be as close or as far away from your bottom as feels good to you today. And do try to walk the sits bones back a little bit. There's a tendency to get some rounding in the low back. And remember, we want to feel more of a back bend in our forward folds than we do a rounding in the spine. This is what helps the stretch stay where we want to feel it. So you can hold your ankles here, maybe your arches or your toes. And let's begin by trying to stack as upright as we can. Shoulders down. Bring your chin to your throat. As always, if you have low back concerns, I suggest staying upright or at least being very, very gentle in coming into the forward folds. So on your next inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the back of the neck. And on your exhale, navel to spine. And if you choose to forward fold, invite it. Try not to push it. Next inhale, feel that length through the sternum, the back of the neck, a little bit of a back bend. And on your exhale, navel to spine. Just notice where your body wants to release. You might lightly set your elbows to your thighs. A little gentle pressure there, helping you release a little bit more in the outer hip. But again, we're not pushing. It's just gentle, a reminder. Long exhales are going to help your body release a little bit more. If you'd like, you can gently press the pinky toe edge of your feet together. This is going to get a little deeper to the inner thigh, outer hip. And please remember that key. If you're feeling a big stretch between your shoulder blades right now, that's probably a good sign that you're rounding in your spine. I know it feels good, you guys, but I want you to feel this in the low back, the hips, the thighs instead. So come up a bit, shoulders down, lengthen to feel that bit of a back bend like our cow pose, and then exhale and notice where you feel a release. Let's just take a few more rounds here. Try to stay with your breath. And on your next inhale, gently make your way back up. We're going into our wide angle forward fold from here. We didn't do a whole ton in the legs today, and a wider forward fold is actually much kinder on the hamstrings. I just want you to be really mindful of the knees. When I get too wide, I get a little pulling at my right knee, so just really be aware in your own body. We don't want to have any pulling to the inner knee or the back of the knee or at the sits bones. So wherever you're choosing to be, you might even get in there and draw the sits bones back. You might still be using your support. Flex your feet gently, feel your thighs root down. You might stay right here, maybe even with hands at the side to stay upright. If you're choosing to forward fold, shoulders down, chin to throat. Inhale, lengthen through the sternum, the back of the neck. And on your exhale, navel to spine as you maybe start to fold. If you need to adjust, do. Inhale, lengthening you. Exhale, navel to spine. Release as you can. Remember, this practice is always meant to be an exploration, at least in the way that I teach. I don't expect you to do exactly everything that I offer. I don't expect it to look exactly like how mine looks, because each of our bodies, our experiences, are different. So please honor your own body, heart, and mind, and do it as it feels right to you. What I'm really hoping to teach is the guidance of your own inner teacher. That is, I'm hoping to open you to that teacher within you. We all have it. It just sometimes gets lost in the turbulence of our mind or our hearts of daily living. Let's just take a few more rounds here. Long exhales, really helping you release. Stay honest in that long spine, not rounded. On your next inhale, gently make your way up. And we're going to go over each leg from here. So you might not make your way all the way up. Well, yeah, let's do all the way up. And then you're going to start to look to the right. So take your navel towards your right kneecap. There's a little bit of a twist here. Shoulders down. Inhale, lengthen through the sternum, the back of the neck. Navel in. You're welcome to stay here, or on your exhale, start to invite the forward fold here. Each inhale, shoulders down, lengthen through sternum, back of neck. Each exhale, navel to spine, and just notice what you notice. And just stay here for a few more breaths. Feel the breath low in the body on the inhale. Feel an even longer exhale. Relax your teeth away from each other. On your next inhale, walking up, as upright as you can be, take your navel to your left kneecap. Still reaching through the left heel, shoulders down, inhale, lengthen, heart, back of neck, navel to spine, and if it's appropriate, exhale, fold. Each inhale, shoulders down, chin to throat, feel the length through the torso, bit of back bend. Each exhale, navel to spine. Let go of what you can. Again, breath low in the body. Exhales longer than the inhale. Last one here, yogis. The inhale, gently making your way back up. Pausing for a moment. And when you're ready, you can use hands to bring the legs in if you'd like. We're going to make our way to our back for supported shoulder stands, so you're having whatever prop available that you're using for that. And we'll go into our supported shoulder stand and then a final twist before our bit of meditation today. So make your way down when you're ready, please. Heels below the knees. You can widen the stance from there. Finding your support. Again, if you're using a block, it can be level 1, the lowest level, or level 2, depending on how open you're feeling after the back bending that we've done today. When you're ready, navel in, drive the knees down to lift your hips, and take your support to your sacrum. If you'd rather stay right here and not go into the supported shoulder stand, please know it's available to you. Tucking shoulders under, keeping arms low alongside the body to help enforce stability here. You're welcome to stay in the bridge, or maybe you take one leg up. You can do one leg at a time if that feels better to you, or you can lift both legs if you'd rather. We're going to have gentle engagement, heels over knees, knees over hips. Let the back of your neck be long, chin to throat, helping to calm your nervous system a little bit more than this inversion already does. Maybe your eyes drift shut. Maybe you just practice long exhales here. Letting go of anything that is not serving this tender, loving care of body, heart, mind. Feel free to wiggle the toes or rotate ankles if they get tingly. We'll just take a few more rounds here. If you haven't switched out legs, if you only have one leg up, please do. Whenever you feel you're ready, yogis, an exhale will bend your knees. You'll set one foot and then the other back to the floor. Determine a stance that feels right for you. Navel in, draw the knees down to lift your hips up. Remove your support and mindfully roll back to the floor. Just pause a moment at the bottom. Let your prop be moved out of the way as we prepare for our final twist. Arms opening to a T, please. I'm going to lead you through twisted roots. If this twist is unkind in your body, please come into any twist that feels good. So you're going to bring your heels below your knees, and we're going to start with right thigh crossing as much as feels good on the left thigh. And then please lift your hips up and set them an inch or two to the right so your spine has some room to move. When you're ready, an exhale is going to lower your legs to the left. Remember, we want to keep the right shoulder anchored, so you can use your right foot as a kickstand if that helps. You can roll your head to the right, chin drawing in toward throat. You can lightly sit left hand to right thigh. Again, no pressure, just a gentle reminder of a twist. And if you'd like, right arm could even drag up a little bit more on a diagonal, finding a little more space across the right side body. Deep breathing into the right low back. Long exhales, helping you release. On your next inhale, bring arms back to a T, navel to spine as you lift your legs back up. And whenever it feels right, whatever order, square your hips and unwind your legs. Second side, when you're ready, left thigh crossing on right as much as feels good here. Again, pick the hips up, move them an inch or two to the left. Navel in. When you're ready, begin to lower legs to the right side, keeping the left shoulder anchored. Use your left foot as a kickstand. Maybe rolling head to left, chin to throat. Right hand could lightly sit on outer left thigh. Left arm could drag up on a diagonal, palm to sky if that feels okay. Inhaling deeply to the left low back. Exhaling fully. Feel your body soften down little by little. When you're ready, yogis, navel in. With strength, make your way back up. Unwind the legs, square the hips. Of course, your arms to a T. And then let's go into a full body stretch. Arms overhead, lengthening legs, spread fingers and toes, arching the back. And then whenever you feel ready, begin to prepare for your final resting pose. Remembering a bolster or pillow underneath the knees can relieve any low back discomfort, hip discomfort. Maybe placing a blanket below the back of the head or across the hips if you've been feeling nervous or agitated. Just taking some time to settle in. Upper back smooth to the floor. Arms as wide away from the body as feels good to you. Palms to sky will help relax your shoulders more. Again, allowing the back of the neck to be long, the chin to draw down toward the throat. Feeling your hips settle as you place your legs as wide as allows them to release. Maybe pinky toes getting even heavier to the floor. Just allow your breath here to be natural and nourishing. And let this be rest not only for your body, but also your mind. Just begin to feel the tensions there ease. I'm going to read through some affirmations. They're affirmations that I found in Louise Hay's Heal Your Body. I don't want you to overthink these affirmations. I just want you to allow them to resonate in your heart as they will. As you continue to breathe and just be easy in your mind. If you'd even like to repeat the affirmation, feel free. These are affirmations to help strengthen the body in all areas. I choose to be peaceful and harmonious. I am the cool, calm expression of peace and love. I take in life in perfect balance. I have the capacity to take in the fullness of life. I now choose to live life fully. It is my right to live fully and freely. I lovingly live life to the fullest. I lovingly allow joy to flow freely in my life. I joyfully move on to new levels of experience. I am beyond group beliefs or the calendar. I am free from all congestion and influence. I love and approve of myself. I see myself and what I do with eyes of love. I am worth loving, I am loved, and I am loving. I love me. I love life, and I love my life. I am safe, and it is safe to live. Again, your heart is who you are, and your mind is where you live. You can be as loving and as free as you want in those spaces, regardless of outer constrictions. As always, you are welcome to stay right here through the end of practice. But if you are ready to reawaken, let it be gentle and in your own time. Maybe starting with wiggling fingers, toes, moving on to rotating wrists, ankles, maybe slowly rocking your head side to side, massaging the back of the skull. As your movement gradually gets larger, you might even decide to go into another full body stretch. Rolling to either side in fetal position when you feel ready. You can pause there. And strong arms will help you make your way to your seat in your own time. If it would please you, palms can come together, thumbs resting at your heart, taking some time for gratitude here, as we cannot have joy without it. Having gratitude for the breath, the life coming into your lungs, for the body, and for this opportunity to remember that we are our heart, that we live in our mind, and that we must care for these areas. Taking some time for your own gratitude now. The love and the light in me recognizes and honors the love and the light in each of you. And when we are in this space, we are one. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this finds you all well.